Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode. I got me another power station. That's what you call these because they're pretty much gigantic batteries that you get to plug a bunch of stuff into. So anyway, this one's sent to me by Ugreen. They wanted me to test it out. That's what I'm going to do today. I want to test this out like I did with all of my other ones. So the first thing that we're going to do is going to unbox this. And the second thing is I want to test the wattage on some of these ports that they have on here to make sure that it's sufficient for things like my gaming laptop, for instance, that sucks up like, I don't know, 240 watts, you know? So that's pretty important right there. Even though it's 600 watt on this thing, it doesn't mean that the ports will give you 600 watt, you know, right? I mean, it's a combination of all the ports. So anyway, that's what we'll be testing today on this thing. So let's go ahead and unbox it. Let's do it. Okay, so we've got ourselves pretty hefty battery packs here. Yeah, it's actually heavy. User manual, I'm gonna leave it in there. Oh, it's nice. Got yourself a little pouch for you to put all the wires in. Will all of these fit in here? Okay, yeah. A pouch that'll fit all the wires. That's nice. Okay, so this one right here is one of those wire where you use probably to use on the solar panels. But honestly, I don't have solar panels, so I really can't test this out. So I'm going to leave that out. This one right here is interesting. AC to AC. This is, I love that the fact that they included these because this one right here is super easy to get. So you can use. So for instance, if you use a computer or something like that, like I have here, even my monitor uses the same kind of cord, and so I can actually use those cords to charge this thing up. So that's really nice right there. I'm glad that they follow that and not some kind of, you know, proprietary stuff. This one right here is just a car charger, which, you know, plugs into the solar panel plug. Okay, so I'm going to start with the side right here. Looks like those plugs I was telling you about goes in here, so that's where the solar panel is. Yeah, regular power plug right here. These things charge really fast, by the way. The last one that I was testing, these port right here will take up like, I think it was going at 1200 watts. Let me tell you how crazy that is, okay? It charged so fast that actually it blew a breaker. Yeah, on my last test using something similar like this. So I already know that this is going to be really fast. I like the fact that there's a button to reset your breaker right there. That's nice. Okay, so the front port, let's take a look at that real quick. Front port, let me remove that. You got yourself two USB-A, which by the way, this is like high-end USB-A right here because each port says that it's 22 watt for each port. If you look really closely right here, see that? It says 22 watt, which is really nice for USB-A because that means that it'll fast charge my phone. That's what that means. Two USB-C ports, which both says is 100 watt each. That's sufficient. That's actually really good right there because my MacBook Pro takes about 96 watt. So that's gonna fast charge that MacBook Pro right there. Yeah, so cigarette light adapter right here. The other thing you probably notice is going to be the light right here, which very useful if you're camping and things like that. And then last but not least, this is actually the area that I'm most interested in, which is the area where you can plug in regular DC adapters to it, meaning like your laptop and things like that. This is what's important right here. So yeah, it got plenty of ports right there for you. So it looks like there are no juice in this thing at all, so I'm gonna have to plug it in and come back and do a little test. Okay, let's do that. Okay guys, so it's been 24 hours and I have actually charged this battery. I had charged it 100% already, but I have been using it, actually testing it out on my laptop while I'm playing games. I've been playing Street Fighter 6 and stuff like that, and so it's actually sucking a lot of power. Right now it's sitting at 64%. My laptop's been like sucking a lot of power from it, and yeah, so that's kind of give you a gauge on how much battery it would take for something like this to power. Not just a regular laptop. It's a gaming laptop that has a 4070 Ti in it. Okay, so it's pretty like powerful in terms of the wattage that it takes. But anyway, I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to show you guys how much power it actually takes. So you guys can see this right here. Yeah. So right now, just sitting still with it closed, the laptop's still on. As you can see, the RGB is going right here. It's sucking pretty much no power right now at all. Now when I start opening up, you can see that the wattage jump to like 60%, 60 wattage, 75. All right, so there we go. So it's hovering around 60 watt, just like on idle. All right. Okay, now it's getting into the game here, and it's at 200 watt. Okay, so I'm in the game. And 200 watt is what it's saying right now. Okay, so there you go. I mean, I'm literally in the game with a lot of things going at the same time here. My laptop now, the fan is coming up. I can hear it. So one thing to note is that over here on the side where the fan is coming out of, what is blowing, is actually the fan is actually not on, and it's a little warm on the side. By the way, that beeping sound, every time I want to see the LCD, it beeps. Everything I press on here, it beeps. That's one thing that I would say is annoying about this this particular unit right here. Let's say if I turn something on, yeah, it beeps. If I turn something off, it beeps. Anyway, a lot of beeping, so just an FYI on that one when you're getting this. I don't know if there's a way to turn it off, but I have not read the instruction manual yet. Anyhow, 186 pretty much is where it's at with Street Fighter 6. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I can turn this thing off and then jump over to Cyberpunk real quick, okay? Okay, booting up Cyberpunk is hovering around 190-ish. That's just boot up. Haven't got into the action yet. My laptop fan is actually running full blast right now. There we go, looking at 200 right now. Okay, now I'm in the action. Let's see how much, let's see if the fan really kicks in, right? Yeah, so to me right now, this thing right here handles 200 watt just fine. This laptop actually can use 260 watt. It can use up to 260 watt because this brick right here that's attached to the laptop, it can do about 260 watts. So yeah, anyway, 200 watt right there, can handle it, you know, like a champ. I don't even hear the fan going in here at all, but my laptop fan is actually going full blast. Okay, next test, let's test the USB-C. Okay, so this is outputting at about, I would say 80 watt. Okay, so this is pretty consistent with what the reading on my cord is. It says 50 here, and it's pretty much, yeah, it's the same reading over here. So it's very consistent. I've seen it jump all the way up to like 80 watt whenever, you know, it's in stress mode doing Final Cut. So pretty good right there. The USB-C, it can go up to 100 watts. It's just an FYI on that one. I think this is going to be sufficient to charge my MacBook Pro. When I don't have to pull out, you know, the big cord in order to charge my MacBook Pro. You know, I just use the USB-C to USB-C right here. So that's good right there. Anyway, so yeah, that's it right there, guys. Other than the whole beeping sound, I think everything actually is very good with this thing for 600 watt. Throughout my whole test, you can see right here, it's down to 60% now. I don't hear the fan at all turning on. So somehow the cooling system in this is pretty good. It's pretty good. This is in my house. It's about 73 degree-ish, 74. That's the temperature. And yeah, the fan's not really turning on at all. When the fan is on, you do see an indicator over here where the fan, you have a little icon with the fan turned on. So yeah, don't see that at all. Okay, so last but not least, I want to talk about this thing charging. I plugged it in. It went from 0 to 100 within like a couple hours. Actually, I went to lunch, so I came back and it was already fully charged. It was pretty fast. Didn't have an issue with this at all. I'm pretty sure it's charging pretty fast at about 600. But anyway, this thing is it's gonna be no problem. You just give it a couple hours and it looks like it fully charged it for me. No problem there at all. The one good thing about this is that once it's fully charged, it seems to just stop. It shuts off. I had a problem with like the Bluetooth where the fan kept going for some reason. It seemed like it keeps charging the battery. I don't know why. But anyway, this one right here didn't have that problem, so I was really looking out for that. Yeah, didn't have a problem at all on this one. But yeah, pretty solid piece of battery, Ugreen. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. I am out.